Hi, I'm Bonnie Barker with BonnieBCrochet.com, and today we're going to talk about those self-striping yarns. You've seen them in the stores, whether they be called Caron Cakes, Bernat Pop, see Lion Brand Ice Cream Yarn, Lion Brand Mandela, Red Heart Stripes, etc., etc. There are literally hundreds of these different self-striping beautiful yarns out there on the market, and they can yield some amazing results with very little effort and no extra knots to tie. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about your experience, my experience with these. Okay, I have two options. Most of the time when we finish working with some of these yarns, we may either think that they're number one, amazing, or number two, annoying. Okay, let's talk about why that is. One of my viewers sent in an excellent question, and that was, what happens when you connect another ball of yarn and the color scheme is different, or it starts in a different place from where you ended? Well, let's talk about that. Let me show you another blanket that is on my YouTube channel. This is the Easy Beginner Shell Baby Blanket, and this is completely self-striped yarn. This was, I believe, the Red Heart Stripes, and it's so much fun because you have all these different colors and you don't have 1,000,001 knots to tie, and that's an amazing thing for me because I don't like tying knots to change yarn, and I don't like hiding them all at the end, although I dutifully do it when I need to because I do love the results. But let's suppose you are working with some of this self-striping yarn and the yarn ends in a place that it's a very different color. And this is particularly troublesome on the longer colorways. Let me show you some yarn that I'm actually working with now. This is for a future project that's coming very soon to my YouTube channel. So you're going to want to stay tuned and maybe hit that subscribe button if you want to see what this is going to be. But so you have different colors, 4 different colors here. Okay. And I'll tell you one thing that I do when I purchase such large colorways like this is I scrutinize the scans very carefully when I purchase them to begin with. If you see a lot of color changes in here on one scan, but then you don't see them, a lot of that in others, I would go for the ones that look the most consistent, because sometimes in the factory when they, let's say, have a problem with the machine, or, it's an automated process, they connect the yarns in a place where it probably wouldn't be the best place to connect them, and that can really mess with your projects. So what I'm encouraging you to do, if you're working on a project, what you need to do, if let's say you started with this color and you want to continue with this color, you're going to want to pull out the yarn from the scan until you get to the exact place where you were with the last scan that you just ran out. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out, and you don't have to throw this yarn away. By all means, ball it up, tie it up, and use it for the future, or use it maybe towards the end of your project, or even for another project entirely. Okay, so now I see where this color starts. So what I would do if I wanted to continue on this color is go ahead and cut this and join it with this color, and then my colorway will continue the way I want it. And I'm actually manipulating this project in just that way. I started with a light color and I went all the way to the dark color. Then I'm connecting the dark color, and I'm going to work my way back out to the light color, and you'll see what that project is in just a couple weeks. Okay, so another thing is you don't want to be manipulated by the yarn. You want to be the one manipulating the yarn rather than the other way around. Okay, so I don't want you to get annoyed with this stuff. I want you to really enjoy it and be amazed, but you're going to have to pull out some yarn and get to the exact place where you were in the same colorway, connect it, and then all things will be fine. Okay. Another thing that happens in these scans, in various ones, and this goes across the board, all different. I'm not singling out any particular brand or anything, because this just happens with all yarns occasionally. And that is, as you're winding out the yarn, then suddenly, oh my gosh, it just completely changed colorway. And that can be a real bummer when you're not even attaching another ball of yarn. This is something that's knotted in the actual scan. And again, these are things that happen with the automated process of dyeing yarn and manufacturing it, and et cetera, et cetera. And in that case, you just do the same thing. What I would do is just cut the yarn and pull off the yarn until you get to the part in the colorway where where you just left off. You may have a ball of yarn in your hand when you do that, but that's okay. Hold it off to the side. You may actually be able to use that yarn as you continue your project later. A lot of the projects that I do on my channel have some grace built into them, so that I usually overestimate the amount of yarn slightly, just because of problems like this, and just because people crochet differently. But anyway, I hope that helps you to take control of your yarn projects, so that you can still find these colorways amazing and not annoying. Well, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, because I have lots of fun projects and lots of fun yarn talks coming to you. God bless. Bye-bye.